Yo, Fight Island. Fight Island. Alright, look, so yesterday, 2 days ago, some point this week, they finally announced Fight Island. Location. Send me location. Send me location. That's what everyone had been saying for the last couple of months. Send me location. I go there. Send me location. And then Dana White sent us a location and everyone was like, oh, come on, dude. So look, let's talk about the actual fucking island to start with, right? Everyone had all this romantic feeling inside, all of these ideas in their heart. Oh fuck, we're gonna be watching fights. You're gonna be looking out. The octagon will be there, and then just behind the octagon, you're gonna see Ariane Celeste in one of them fucking straw skirts and one of them coconut bikini things, and then just beyond her, you'll see the wave just gently caressing the shore. That's what people thought, innit? That's what I kind of thought, anyway. And you see Dana White just sat there with fucking a Hawaiian shirt on, with 3 buttons undone, and the collars the collars like fold out like that. Fight Island, but it's not in it. Like, it's Abu Dhabi. For fuck's sake, it's Abu Dhabi. They've been there 2 or 3 times before. It's nothing new. My mate was saying in a WhatsApp group just the other day, oh, I nearly bought myself a Fight Island t-shirt. To be fair, they're quite nice, isn't it? Them Fight Island t-shirts are quite nice. But yeah, my mate nearly bought himself a Fight Island t-shirt, getting all romantic. It's his birthday today. Happy birthday, Cam. He's getting all romantic about it. And it's just Abu Dhabi. It's just a place where they've had 2 or 3 fights before. But look, fine, all right, we're a little bit like underwhelmed by what Fight Island turned out to be, but logically speaking, it's probably a good thing, innit? That it's in a developed place. It's in a country or a state, whatever Abu Dhabi is. It's in a place that has the facilities that are capable of handling an event like UFC 251 and the other 2 events that are going to happen after it, I believe. Do you know what I mean? Like, you need a place that can handle fighters coming in, fighters going out, locations for them to train, locations for them to eat, medical facilities, all the rest of it. You know, imagine if it was just a random fucking island off the coast of Thailand or something, with no roads. Like, people get about on horses and carts and stuff. Like, you can't really hold an event like events, actually, I should say, like this in a place like that. So fine, fair enough, man. Like, he called it Fight Island to start with, and who was it that I think I heard Chael Sonnen say this, so this isn't my thought, I'm just nicking it off Chael Sonnen. But Chael Sonnen basically said, like, Dana White called it Fight Island, and then everybody else's imagination ran away with them. And the UFC capitalized on it. They printed out these t-shirts, they done all sorts. They made money off it. The media, mainstream media, had a lot to say about it. Fair play to them, man. Like, they didn't say to us, oh, it's going to be on a beach. And I think like Dana White did say during the announcement, there will be an octagon set up on the beach. And I think the only reason they're doing that for open workouts and stuff like that is because how excited we all got about Fight Island. So they're like, fuck, we got to fucking put an octagon up in the beach now, don't we? There's a very good possibility that wasn't even part of the plan. Oh shit, nearly puked a little bit there. That's disgusting. There's a very good chance that wasn't even part of the plan. So yeah, UFC 251. Hold on, hang about. I'm just opening up the card because I just want to make sure. Yeah, so that is the first event, July 12th, 251, and then there's one on the 15th, and then there's one on the 18th. All in Fight Island, right? So the actual card for Fight Island, I ain't mad at ya. Call me Tupac, because I ain't mad at it. Fucking hell. 3 title fights. Now, I'm not going to go through each of the fights and break them down and give you a prediction now, but I just want to quickly say the fight card itself, I'm looking forward to it. Amanda Ribas, I'm not going to lie to you, I don't really know much about her, but she's fighting Paige Van Zandt. And if you know about Paige Van Zandt, you know about Paige Van Zandt. You know what I mean? So I need to read up a little bit on Amanda Ribas, to be honest. But just looking at her record, 9-1, competent fighter, it seems like. But aside from that, Jessica Andrade against Rose Namajunas. So the way the first fight went, the way Rose got slammed and Andrade won that belt off her. Although it was a fair, clean victory, it just did feel like that's a sad way for it to end. Because I was so looking forward to these two girls squaring up, like fighting, like on the feet, exchanging strikes, and the matchup between them. Rose Namajunas, faster, probably a better striker, but Andrade the powerhouse. So I'm glad we're getting the opportunity to watch this fight again, and it looks like that'll probably be for a number one contender slot. But that hardly means anything these days in the UFC, as I'm going to come to. Peter Yan against Jose Aldo, so we kind of already knew that this was going to be the fight. It was going to be Jose Aldo against Cejudo, but obviously Cejudo fought Dominic Cruz and retired promptly after, so Peter Yan kind of steps in there. And you know what? I'm quite glad that this fight is happening, because it gives us time to just digest what Aljo did against Sanhagen. Just hold on to that. I'm pretty happy that this fight is happening quite soon after that Sterling victory, because when Peter Yan or Jose Aldo wins that fight, then I think the timing works well for Sterling to fight the winner of that fight. Volkanovski against Max Holloway. See, this is a fight that I wasn't very crazy about to start with, because I just felt that Volkanovski just won clearly, and I didn't really see the value in putting Max Holloway in there again, because if he loses again, then it kind of leaves him in a bit of a difficult spot, you know. But stranger things have happened. Stranger things have happened in rematches. I'm not going to sit here and make a prediction now, but I'm just saying that it wasn't really a fight that I was crazy about. But then if you think about the featherweight division, who else is in place for a title shot? Now, I'm pretty sure you guys can rattle off 2 or 3 names, but I can't think of anyone off the top of my head. Going into the main event, Kamaru Usman against Gilbert Burns. Now, I've kind of shared my opinion about this previously in a couple of other videos that I've posted over the last week or two. It's very convenient, how convenient that Gilbert Burns was just installed as the number one ranked welterweight after beating Tyrone Woodley, who wasn't even ranked number 2. Like, I think Woodley was number 3 or number 4. So for some reason, by beating number 3 or number 4, Gilbert Burns leapfrogged number 2. Make of that what you will. Like, do you know what I mean? It was just very, very convenient that Gilbert Burns became this number 1 contender. But there's this fight against Kamaru Usman. It's got a good little story to it. The fact that they're friends, the fact that they've trained together. Gilbert Burns is, rise, which again I don't agree with, but it is a rise. That's how it will be marketed. And Gilbert Burns is there's something to be said about a fighter that's confident on a run and fighting regularly. Do you know what I mean? I don't know whether there will be a better time for Gilbert Burns to get a welterweight title shot from Gilbert Burns' perspective. Like, if he's going to win the belt, this is his best chance, I think. Unless he's just made fucking exponential improvements in his game. Like, I don't know, like, again, I'm trying not to, like, just talk about the fights, but I just want to talk about the event overall. The main card itself is definitely a card that I'm looking forward to watching. And then you've got other announced bouts for the card. You've got Pedro Muniz against Frankie Edgar. You've got Ozdemir against Jiri Prochazka. I ain't even going to pretend to try a name. But you got Ozdemir on the card. No time Ozdemir. Do you know what I mean? You got Makwan Amakani, the mouthy little cunt. He's fighting a guy called Danny Henry. So look, there's good names on that card, and it will be a good spread. And I'm looking forward to it. Yes, I'm a little bit disappointed that the fight isn't going to be outdoors underneath a canopy, watching the waves crash the shore behind. It's all going to be indoors in an arena similar to what we saw happen with the Apex and in where was it, Florida and stuff like that. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, Fight Island got announced this week with a bumper bumper stacked card. And the other fight nights that are happening there, I'm pretty sure we're going to see Darren Till fight Robert Whittaker, headline one of those fight nights. And I'm just looking forward to the other fights that are announced. Quickly going to say this. I was trying not to say it, but I'm going to say it anyway. I hate the fact, right, that it's not something that's new when it comes to the UFC, but I hate the fact that the number one contender or a title fight, or who challenges for the title, is sometimes determined by when the fight's happening and where it's happening. Do you know what I mean? Like, the whole point of this Fight Island was to allow international fighters to fight. And if you go down the list, Colby Covington has, his last fight, he lost to Kamaru Usman. Masvidal clearly, couldn't agree a deal to take that fight. The next in line was Leon Edwards. That was the fight. Leon Edwards against Kamaru Usman. And he's been dealt blow after blow over these last couple of months, because he was a guy that was meant to fight Tyron Woodley in London, but the show got cancelled. And then now, he said he'd be ready by August. But the fight has to happen for some reason in July. And because it has to happen, and I know Kamaru Usman has to fight or whatever, but one of the responsibilities of the champion is to fight the guy that deserves the next shot. And if that means you have to wait a month, then so be it. You're not just a guy on the card that gets to fight whoever, whenever. Do you know what I mean? Like, the title means something, and this isn't a go at Kamaru Usman, because if the organisation are offering Gilbert Burns and Gilbert Burns wants to accept it, then fucking go for it. Like, it's not his job to say, no, I'm only going to fight Leon Edwards. This is more aimed at the UFC, because the fight should have been Leon Edwards. And they just for the sake of a month, and I know, they might not be planning on having any shows in August in Fight Island or whatever. Their plan might be to go back to Fight Island in September. I don't know what the plans are, but it's not fair, man. It's not fair for whoever challenges for the belt. It's not down to how much they deserve it. It's just down to logistically and time-wise when they're available. Does that make sense? I don't feel like I'm verbalizing this very well, but I think you guys get the point. The title should mean something. Do you know what I mean? It should mean something. And when someone challenges for the belt, unless it's a late replacement, the person challenging for the belt should be there by merit. And Gilbert Burns has done an amazing job over the last 6 months or so. But Leon Edwards has been doing an amazing job over the last 6 years or so. He's been grafting, and if anyone deserves that title shot behind Masvidal, it's fucking Leon Edwards. And it just leaves a bit of a sour taste in your mouth, innit? When you know that there's a guy that legitimately deserves a title shot. You know he deserves it. And he's just not getting it because he's physically not able to be ready in time, but he will be ready 3 or 4 weeks after the said date that they want to do this event. And it's not even his fault, because I suppose you could say, oh well, he could have seen this coming and he could have started training before, but his gym weren't open and all of that stuff. We're in the middle of a pandemic, as Dana White always likes to tell us. And you'd think that a guy that's put in all of that work, a guy that's put on a streak the way he has, would be accommodated to be able to fight for a title shot that he's earned, in my humble opinion. I feel like I'm rambling a bit today. But fuck it. I'm not going to re-record this. I'm going to upload it as it is. Anyways, let me know what you guys think. Put comments below. Don't be scared to hit the like button. Share this with a friend if you've enjoyed it. Subscribe if you haven't already. Go in the description. You will see 2 things. You will see a load of links to my podcast. So click on whichever app is the one that you use for podcasts, and subscribe to my podcast. And finally, you'll also see Twitter and Instagram at The Battle Camp. That's my name on both of them, so follow them. And I'll see you on there. Catch you guys later.